What up, everybody? Welcome to the 30th episode of the Glitched Out podcast, man. This is actually the end of season one. Every season is going to be 30 episodes long, so we actually made it to end of season one. This is exciting. We're joined by, I think you might see a new face here. You're like, yo, I don't recognize that guy in the top right corner. Who's this guy? He looks familiar. It's Bites. We got Bites back in the town, man. Came back from, where'd you go, Bites?
Yeah, man, I took a vacation, went to Puerto Rico and Venezuela, Aruba, couple of different islands and stuff. So it was on a cruise.
We lost him. I'm also joined by ESU Chief Craig, aka Mr. Sexy Voice, and for the first time, we're joined by Temptress Teelia. We finally got her on the show, so we're joined by her today. We're gonna be deep diving and talking about your favorite game, State of Decay 2. Right? So I'm excited for today's episode. Good to see you, Glitch Queen, everybody in chat. So, before we start to get down to nitty gritty, how has everybody's week been going? And Craig, you can start it off.
Oh, son of a bitch. Okay. It was busy. It was very busy. I had to leave work early on Friday because in the middle of a house fire, I took a beam to the back. Ooh. And I'm good now, but that was not fun. So that occurred. Everything else was good, though. We had my birthday on Tuesday. We went out to dinner for that. My dad took me out to dinner as well on Saturday. Mm-hmm. So lots of steak, lots of bourbon. Happy Craig, minus the beam to the back. We're good to go. I'm doing okay.
That sounds delicious. Delicious. The dinner, oh, yeah. The dinner, not the fire. That sounds delicious. What about you, Miss Ma'am T?
Other than playing State of Decay with you horribly, working on my GTA server and doing the Cookout podcast and stuff. Everything's been okay, really.
Good. That's good. That the server's slowly coming along, right?
Yeah, I mean we could go live with it, but then something mucked up today, so we have to figure that out.
One day we'll get on there and make some stories. One day
at a time, T. One day at a time.
But me, myself, and I, this week's been very productive. I made some new YouTube videos. I'm very hooked on making content for YouTube. It just, I don't know, something new to me. Had an ice cream party for the nephew and nieces, so I was excited about that. I divulged into some ice cream and some candy, so that was delicious. I regretted it after.
Hope you're not lactose intolerant.
No, not like that regret. I just didn't feel good and I got a stomach ache. But other than that, I was Gucci. I was spinning. I was Prada. Downloaded Dizzy Wright's new album, not Kanye's, and that's it for me. Then starting new games and whatnot. Waiting to get Detroit Become Human in the mail so I can start playing that. This next week. And Craig has played it and he says it's phenomenal, right?
Start to finish, yeah, it's phenomenal.
Like, honestly, everything I've been seeing on Twitter and social media, good things. Nothing but good things about Detroit Become Human.
It deserves a good press, big time. They told a very good story. And you can't look at YouTube for like a guide or a walkthrough on whatever you're going through, because you'll look at the same chapter they're playing and be like, this is nothing like mine. Like, none of this happened. Yeah, he's in a completely different location doing completely different stuff, and I'm screwed. So I don't know what to do at that point. I have to wing it.
Exactly. Yeah, like everybody's playthrough is different, right?
Pretty much, yeah. There's just so many variables to every single character and all that stuff. You almost genuinely get something else every time.
Good. I'm definitely looking forward to it. You never know what to expect.
Truth.
All right, so didn't you go to how are we looking, Craig? Are we looking good on your end or
negative?
All right, we'll do it.
It's borked.
We'll kick it old school. All right. But I want to talk about some Bites. How was your trip, man?
Man, the trip was phenomenal, man. I really needed a break, and so it was good to get my boys out in the world some, get them to see something different than where we stay. So that's always a great thing. And it was just good, man. I don't have any complaints. I had some stressful moments getting out of the city before we left, but
yeah,
the trip turned out good. Yeah.
Okay.
Got a tan, so I'm a little bit darker. If you guys are used to my light light Drake skin. You know, I'm a little more brown now.
He said light Drake skin. Oh Lord.
A little bit darker. So
Beautiful no matter what.
Beautiful.
Thank you,
Beautiful no matter what, Bites. But that's awesome, man. That's awesome. And you went to Costa Rica, right?
no, I went to Puerto Rico,
Puerto Rico.
Aruba, yeah, Venezuela, and Curacao and St. Kitts.
Uh-huh.
Were all the destinations. So
Yeah,
it was great.
I remember you talking about E3. Are you going to E3 this year?
I'm gonna try my best to make the E3. Yes, we wanted to talk about going together, right?
Yeah, I really want to go. I just got to sort out some last minute stuff. We got a lot of stuff going on this in the Northwest, but I really want to go this year for sure. So I'll keep you in the loop. All right, but let's jump in.
You going to TwitchCon?
I don't know what it is. I'm not even excited for TwitchCon. I don't know what it is. I'm just TwitchCon.
Every now and then you just kind of get over it.
Yeah,
You're
like
just eh.
Yeah, like I know, like when I first started streaming, I was like, "Oh my god, I want to go to TwitchCon. It's gonna be amazing." And then I'm just like, because every year at TwitchCon there's some drama, people recording without asking, somebody does something, and I'm just like, the only reason I'd want to go is to meet you guys from the Cookout, you know, hopefully see Craig and just hang out with you guys. Honestly, I would not want to go there for any other reason. Maybe some business, I don't know. But I'm more excited to go to you know, E3 and all the other expos, Comic-Con, and I don't know, personally for me.
Sounds good. Bourbon's on me.
Sounds good. That sounds like a plan.
Oh, yeah.
All right, let's jump into the nitty gritty and let's talk about whatever it came for. Let's talk about State of Decay 2. And if you guys didn't know, this game was dropped May 22nd, 2018. That's this year. Developer is Undead Labs. The engine is Unreal Engine. The publisher is Microsoft Studios. This is the survival zombie genre. Platforms Xbox One, Microsoft Windows, and that's pretty much it. It is cross-platform, correct?
Yeah.
Yep. So you can play on. This is one of their play anywhere games. So when you buy this, I don't know about you guys, but it scared the shit out of me when I bought this. You buy it and you buy it in the Microsoft, and it's like, oh, you think you're gonna play for Xbox, but you can play it on your PC. So when I initially bought it, I was like, yo, did I just buy it for Xbox, not for PC? But you know, you can play it on 2 different platforms. A little summary about this game is with the dead outnumbering the living and civilization on the brink of extinction, State of Decay 2 throws players headfirst into the zombie apocalypse. You're tasked with exploring small-town America to find fellow survivors, gather resources, and fight off the unrelenting hordes of zombies. Build your base from the ground up, develop your characters, and decide how you will govern your people, aka your community. You have the option to go at it alone or team up with 3 other players that can help you progress throughout the game. Every choice made, every weapon fired, every survivor you take in or turn away might come back to haunt you. So make every decision, obviously, wisely. Bang, bang. But let's show a quick trailer before we jump in this good. So everybody's on the same page. You guys have the trailer. Let me know when you guys are ready. Or you can just watch it live on Twitch.
Ready to go.
All right.
I'm ready.
3, 2, 1. Oops. 3, 2, 1. Vamonos.
So what's your
I don't think I've ever seen
How
a
do you
zombie
guys
with a big
survive out
belly
here?
like that.
Loda.
Loaded.
Loaded.
You need to play to your strengths. I build, so shelter tops my list. You got to withstand the elements, no matter how unnatural.
I think the key is hard work. When you add value, you have something to trade, and everybody wins.
Hands down. The only way to make it is by putting lives first.
Your trailer got me. It definitely sold the game to me.
You have to be tough enough to know when to give and take away. So what do you have to offer?
Well, if you didn't have a weapons expert, you do now.
Looks like we found ourselves a warrior.
I guess
the
we all
drop
have
kick.
our strengths.
Is this where you tell me the real secret is teamwork?
Nope. The real secret? Aim for the head.
Yeah.
They failed to show you that Juggernaut did not give a shit about that grenade launcher.
Right? It was just like, that tickled. The pharaohs are dope. I really like the pharaohs. How will you survive?
Games
a
played
dope
fast on
trailer, man.
Xbox One.
Yeah, man. I know that, like, for me, like in gaming, like I said, I sound like a broken record. It's the small things. I really love how like the pharaoh can like tackle you and it kind of spins your player around. I like the animation. All right, so
Pharaohs are assholes.
They are same as the juggernauts and same as the screamers and everything else out there, you know, trying to kill you. So let's talk about this game. So before we talk about different sections, we'll talk about co-op, we'll talk about base building, and we're going to talk about player progression. Before we do that, how is everybody enjoying this game so far? Are you enjoying it? Do you hate it? Hate to love it? It's a drag. Do you regret buying it? How does it feel? I know everybody's played it, but Bites has obviously, you've seen some gameplay, right?
Yeah, I haven't played it. I have watched maybe 3 hours of gameplay. I caught a couple of your streams, seen some things on YouTube. So
Okay.
It's a very enjoyable pastime. It's good to get on there if you just want some mindless zombie killing and resource management, community building. They had a lot of bugs to start with, but apparently in the last update they have fixed like everything. So apparently it's 100%. It's a dynamite game now.
Okay, there we go.
As a base builder, it really appeals to me. But there's a lot of stress that comes with the base management. So I'm enjoying it, but to a certain degree, if that makes sense.
You're just
True,
like, you
like
don't.
as you build things in the base, you up that siege or that siege meter, and it makes the zombies attack more. As you like, so me, I'm like, let me get all the supplies I can possibly get and do all the upgrades I can at once, and then in turn, I'm getting swamped by zombies because they all hear the noise. So that's my stress point for that. I don't know about you.
Yeah.
No, that's not mine.
Like, my stress point about the game is you constantly people are asking for help. Come save me. I'm gonna die. I need food. I need material. I need ammo. Hey, I'm stuck inside of a house and there's zombies. Like, you know what? I don't care. I got problems of my own. We're both in the same zombie apocalypse, buddy. And I'm trying to survive, and I don't have time for your nonsense. Okay? That
is a massive stress point for me.
It is.
I'm a base builder, and I think I've chosen sheriff as my leader. So I have to go out and help everybody. It's part of my like missions. And I remember, I think was I with you when I was playing?
Yes.
So I had reached all of my factions. I had them allied, and I was getting so many great benefits. And something had happened in my base, and I had like 0 food or something, and I was stressed the hell out, and I was trying to get food. I couldn't get food,
and everybody's asking for help.
They were asking for help, and I'm like, dude, they asked for food. One of them asked for food, and I was like, this is not gonna happen,
bro. Yeah, I'm not gonna.
And I was like, there's no way I can help you. I didn't have I didn't have enough time to help them, and when they were like, you didn't help us, so we're leaving, they left the entire map. I'm like, bro, you're allied.
That is one feature that makes no sense to me, because you work your butt off to be allied with them. You haul over some sack of potatoes or cucumbers and give it to them. They're like, hey, we're Gucci. Next minute, you know, they're like, hey, can I have some more help? You're like, I'm busy. And they're like, well, you know what? We out. And it's like,
we're gone.
It makes no sense. Like, maybe there's like maybe there's like a timing meter. You know what I mean? Like, don't leave.
There is, but it doesn't actively show So you're not really gauging.
Yeah.
Well, if you highlight it on your map, it should have like a countdown.
But even
But what they don't specify is if you don't do it, or is this the one that makes him leave, or is this the one that just makes him upset with you a little bit? It doesn't tell you that for sure.
No, so I've gone like to depths because I had several allied factions, and it doesn't matter what it is that you're out of there. It they just go when it's things like survivors or things that you're not allied with, they give you a little bit of a bly. You can still try and get there, they're fine. But once they become allied, if you stop helping them, you're out. They're out. It's done, and all the benefits go. And I think that's very harsh.
Yeah, they're like, hey, we're leaving town. I'm like, yo, where are you gonna go?
Yeah.
where are you going? I would love if the developers, I don't know if they do this, but I would love if they, instead of they had it people leaving town, they become maybe like enemies. You know what I mean?
Yeah, or something
They
like
do
that.
do
Or
that.
they reduce on the.
Yeah, like maybe they hit you
That's
like.
a good idea, bro.
Not when you're allied.
Yeah, and plus I would like to see like maybe like because right now like I'm probably 10 hours into the game. I love the game. I'm addicted. I would love to see instead of like every now and then, like Craig said, when you start base building, it makes noise, attracts zombies, and then you have a little meter that kind of fills up that kind of shows the risk you're at to being attacked by a horde. All right, it would be dope instead they have a risk being attacked by other factions. You know what I mean? Like these people that, like the people that, it's kind of like Frostpunk. You know, you kind of have the consequences. You know, if you don't make enough friends and you start, you know, just neglecting, ignoring people, maybe they form factions together. Maybe one day they come and hit your base. That would be dope. You know?
Yeah, that's pretty dope. Yeah.
Because I like this game. I think it captured the whole desolate zombie apocalypse well. You always need food. You always need supplies. You're constantly out on the road. I love the fact that you're constantly out on the road. You know. But they did not capture the other element, the people. Because in a real zombie apocalypse, you're gonna have people trying to kill you left and right, zombies. That's what I kind of feel like where the game, you know, fell short right there.
Let me tell you guys a story.
Okay, story time.
This is a story of the newcomers and the breadwinners. See, I'm the newcomers. That was our little group name. The breadwinners was a fellow faction out there, and their name was a lie. They were always requesting food. No matter what, no matter what we did, they weren't winning bread. They were begging for bread, and I couldn't always give them bread. So I helped them out the first few times. We became very good friends. You gave me bread, that's awesome. Well, Craig's over here running out of bread, and that's not cool because I want bread. So once again, they came around. They go, "Hey, we could use some bread." I'm like, "I have 0 bread in my stores. I can't give you any bread, fella." And they go, "Okay." Okay, that's fine. Fuck you. We're just going to go over here. And I didn't hear much from them anymore. Till about 20 minutes later, they're like, "Hey, we could use some more food." I still don't have any. You're not getting it. And we went from best friends to hostile.
Sworn enemies.
They didn't leave. I went on the map and I hovered over their faction because I was going to go down there and try and poach one of their members for our community. And it said hostile. I went, son of a bitch, are you kidding?
Oh, yeah, that will happen.
All because
of no bread, yeah.
Because of bread.
So when you go down there in the hostel, you just roll up and shoot them, or are they going to shoot at you?
Yeah, they're hostile off the bat.
So
they'll have the red diamond above their heads or on their heads.
So I had my very first hostile interaction with a arms dealer, and I was rolling as a sheriff for my leader. It was the most boring, annoying thing. Rolling the sheriff, and I'm rolling the sheriff. So you know they're like, "Hey, G, somebody's hoarding weapons and they're charging a buttload of money. Could you go down there and sort this out?" So I'm like, "Why not?" So I go on down there, and for some reason the conversation's not going well. And I'm like, you know, they give me an option to say, "Hey, you know, please help us out. Please lower the price. Please don't try to be stingy." And she kind of just laughed at me. It's like my whole chat was like, "Yo, killer." And I was like, "Guys, let's calm down. Now you guys want blood, but let's calm down a little bit." So I go to talk to her again for the second time, and then she just blows me off, and she's like, "We're enemies." So I got in like a little firefight. I downed one right away. I like pretty much down all 3 because I'm a good shot like that. What's up? But at the same time, it was actually very disappointing because the amount of damage they took wasn't that much. It was like a couple shots are down, You
shoot them in the head, they're done.
Yeah, it would have been dope to have like maybe more advanced AI, maybe roll all the way, maybe, you know, I don't know. I wasn't satisfied with that, but what I was satisfied with was the last girl I kind of ran and went to shoot her, and I couldn't damage her. So I go up to her to talk to her, and she says, "Hey, I give up. You know, hey, I'll drop all my weapons. I give up." You got a choice to execute her. I executed her.
Damn.
Yeah, it was a pretty cool scene. Not gonna lie.
This is worthy of note. So we're looking at the gameplay right now and how the military truck is like spazzing out with the graphics.
It's been
and
doing
the
that the
mesh.
whole time.
That's been fixed.
Yeah,
That's worthy of note. That is no longer an issue.
Yeah, that was a little. But as you can see, as you can see, I'm a perfect shot. Never miss a shot. Welcome.
Yeah, well, your driving's been something.
I got 5 cars for that. Just for that, I got 5 cars.
So have they? I don't know if they have. I haven't tested it. No, actually, I have. The two. If you got more than one monitor, your mouse trails off the monitor.
Has done that.
I think that's still a thing. I think that's probably one of the most infuriating bugs.
Yeah, I just alt tab. I just keep alt tabbing until it stays on there.
Pretty much, you got to finagle with it. It is annoying. You're right.
It's the best. All right, so. Continue, T. Sorry about that, Miss Ma'am.
No. I think other than that, and then the tethering to cars, but I think they've dealt with that now. So other than that,
sorry.
I'm really annoyed with.
Sorry about the guys. Our dogs are.
Your son's got things to say.
Yeah, he wants to talk about State of Decay. He wants to talk about how he just barks the whole time I'm playing. All right, let's talk about.
He wants to talk about why there's no dogs in State of Decay.
Exactly. If there was, I'm not gonna lie, we'd probably eat them. Not even gonna front.
Wow.
I'm just saying. If I'm hungry and I look over at Rock and Hugo and they look like a snack and a half, it's over.
It's going down.
It's going down.
Think of what a dog is gonna do for you. He's gonna bark a bunch like G's dog, and then the zombies are gonna
attract zombies.
I could use some food resources. I just gave him the breadwinners.
Come on, T.
Yeah, no. I'm gonna keep my dog safe with me.
I'm not gonna lie, you would be exiled the first day. I'm like, your dog is barking up a storm, T. You gotta go. You gotta go, T.
You gotta go, or you gotta.
I'll be like, I don't want to be in your stank community anyway.
Okay, we didn't want you anyway.
And then I'll just shoot you in the face.
The only solace our community would get is just somewhere in the night we just hear a very faint.
He's like, hey, where's my dog at? I'm like, yo, I think it wandered off somewhere, but we got breakfast.
Justice was served in the zombie land.
Me and Craig look at each other, give it the little wink. Yeah, you know what happened. You know what happened.
Awful humans.
All right, let's talk about co-op. All right, so the co-op system allows up to 4 players to join a session and help the host complete missions progress throughout the map. So for you guys, how did the co-op system treat you guys on launch? I already know the answer.
Yes and no. The first night I played it, it was flawless. We had 0 issues pairing up with 4 people. We all just joined right in. We were playing away and we didn't have any issues. I was actually impressed. Awesome. The second day and the subsequent days were a little infuriating because it would do the thing where it's not tracking or tethering. So I would be in a car, he would be in a car, and I'd be driving away, and he'd be like, "Are we sitting still?" I'd be like, "No, I'm half a mile down the road."
Yeah, the desync of the lag was ridiculous.
Definitely. But it's apparently been addressed in the new update, so I'm excited for my game to quit being a little shit and check it out.
So for me, my main issue was like for the first day I bought it. So I bought the $60 one just to play 3. Was it 3 or 4 days earlier? It was 3 days earlier.
Yeah.
Early access. Okay.
I was jealous.
Yeah, so I was playing and I was excited. The first day I could not connect to anybody. I don't know, Craig, were you in chat? Because I was sitting here literally. I was live. I was going to my firewall. Came in for like a few. Yeah, I went to my firewall. I made some new rules. I took down my firewall. I took it up. I opened ports. I opened every port available. It was the best. And then one day, like 1 minute, it's just like, oh, we can connect now. And I was like, I don't know what I did, but it was all on Microsoft's fault. You know what I mean? It was a little disappointing.
Pretty much.
It was all service. It was very disappointing because everybody's playing together. But luckily, I wasn't the only person suffering from it. It was all over Twitter. So. But they fixed it. Other than that, after they fixed it, I've been having a complete blast. I will say playing this game by yourself, it's fun, but playing with people takes the cake all the time.
How was it for you, T?
Yeah, sorry. I think on the first day, I had a really great time. I was playing with Tiffany. And funnily enough, I had 9 of my members got plague disease just by playing
Damn.
with Tiffany, because Tiffany is that type of girl, and she got that plague sickness. We didn't have a lot of glitches. We had like the main glitches were like the doors and stuff like that, but it was nothing really game breaking or anything like that. I wasn't really super pissed about. But then I think the next couple of days I started to get the rubber banding to the cars. So there was an incident where we were running away from a Juggernaut, and the car just lagged, and we appeared in front of this Juggernaut. And I was like, let's go. So I jumped out of the car and I start running. It rubber banded me back to the car where the Juggernaut was beating it up.
Oh Lord.
And the other people that I was with, Tiffany and one of her friends, the rubber banded them back to the car as well, and the Juggernaut caught him and tore him in pieces, and that was his leader.
Oh, my goodness.
Jesus.
So that was, I was really pissed for him.
Uh-huh.
He said, "I'm just gonna start the whole game again," and I was like, "Yo, that's
Is not
that
having
part." Yeah, that part was a bit bad. And then also when I was with Glitch,
grade A gameplay.
Oh wow. Okay. When I was with Glitch, a lot of sitting in the car while it was moving, but going nowhere.
Yeah,
that happened a lot.
Yeah, like, hey, are you moving? Are we driving? Nah, man, we're just pretty much burning out, running to a tree. What are you doing? I'm chilling. I'm going down the street. A zombie trying to pull you out of the car. But
yeah, and you're like, oh man, I need help. I'm like, I can't help.
I can't. You literally have to wait till you rubber band. I remember we were rolling with Gnome, and Gnome jumped in, and I think he, like, in one play session, he went through at least 3 of his characters.
Yeah, 3 of the characters.
One went out, got ripped in half by a Juggernaut, which was, I'm not gonna lie, amazing.
That was your fault, by the way. Within the first 2 minutes of us joining his game, he died. Like, who does that?
I was there for that.
Speaking of the devil, Tiffany's in chat. Tiffany, she was just talking about you too.
The plague monster. No one ever play with her. She has the disease.
Just talking about you. So he, like, the first 2, because it was weird, because we got in my car, my little Honda Civic, the one I'm showing right now, and we were driving away from base, and I was like, oh shoot, there's a Juggernaut. Let's do this. We drive over, we get out of the car, and we get hit by a swarm. Long story short, I ran out of stamina. He's running away. I'm running away. And then for some reason, Gnome got caught right with the Juggernaut. Juggernaut picked him up and just cut him in half like a sandwich.
Son of a bitch.
And it was actually pretty
video
glorious.
issues on this clip.
Yeah, there's some clipping and some stuff like that. But yeah, it was like right there when I ran in the building, everything was black. Like the shells were black, the cabinets were black.
Yeah, that was me. Yeah.
It's.
Oh, this is me in your playthrough. Okay.
Yeah, it is,
Yep. This is
I am
ours.
very proud to announce that I have only lost 1 person in my playthrough, and that is strictly because State of Decay was being a turkey. So I was on the main menu. I was getting ready for a stream.
Yeah.
And I alt-tabbed out of there to go over. But for some reason, when I alt-tabbed, it hit continue game. So when I came back after I was ready to set up the stream, I came back to my sheriff, leader of the entire fort, getting ripped apart, insult to injury, inches away from the doors to my base by like 500 zombies.
Ooh.
No one else has died, but that was a kick to the balls.
Oh yeah. Tiffany says the graphic issue with the characters turning black has not been fixed by the patch. That's disappointing.
I was about to mention that. I do not see that in the patch anywhere, either in environment or game.
It's a hell of a lighting issue.
That sucks.
You can
even
actually
for the
go
lighting
into,
fixes, they don't have that included for tuning the lighting.
So if you actually go into, say, like a shed where and it's completely dark, it will be completely gray, black and white, gray.
Like I would say this is disappointing. It is disappointing, but it's not a game breaker for me. Like I ran in and I was like, oh, everything's black, and then chat was like, what's going on? And then back out, so I had fun. I don't know. But that is
being a budget game, you have to expect there's going to be ongoing development,
Yeah.
I mean, $30, but also people did pay 60 and above for it too. So like Microsoft
paid nothing for it. I can't complain.
Where you at? Oh, you got it for free $99?
Xbox Game Pass. So I paid 10.
I should have did that.
Something
I should have did that.
Really upset about.
Yeah.
I think that was kind of sneaky that they did that after the fact.
What do you mean?
that they allowed people to get the game for $15 rather than pay $30 or $60. That is a little sneaky, but that's always like, I'm not mad at it, but that's the meta. Like I remember when Sea of Thieves, me and you, Craig, were talking about, yo, instead of paying full price, I'm just gonna get the Game Pass and play it like that.
Yeah.
I mean, if I see it working, if you already have the Game Pass, it gives you more incentive to keep it. Versus if you don't have it, you gotta pay full price. I got no problem with that.
I like the Games Pass so far. It's worth it to me.
Yeah. All right. So we already spoke about the next up was the tethering system. And T, what did you say about the tethering system?
I think it's still a bit buggy. I don't know if it's fixed now, but I also I think I don't personally. I don't like the tethering system. I don't. I want to be able to send my people to the opposite side of the map, and we're all doing stuff. But I guess that's not what they want to do. Look at this. Look at this.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing at your inventory. Session host storage lactations. We made it.
But okay, so I've heard mixed feelings about the tethering system. Me, myself, and I really don't mind it. I could maybe do without it, but
yeah.
Like my thinking behind it is if you're in my match and you want to run all the way across the map and probably die by yourself, I mean, you probably should be the same kid as me. That's my mentality on it. Is like, we're here to play together. Let's roll. But also, T made a good point. The tethering system can actually hinder your progress and hurt you with the whole rubber banding and desync. So, and I'm not gonna lie, it would be pretty dope on the other side of the coin to be like, yo, Chick P, we need food. Go get the food, and then I'll go hit this plague heart. Like that would be dope. That would be really cool.
I'm definitely somewhere in between liking it and disliking it. I like it because it saves. I think it saves some form of memory for the game. Blah blah, logistical stuff like that. It's not too bad in terms of range. If you put the host in the middle of a town, you have that entire town to kind of screw with. So it's not horrific, but yeah, at the same time, I wish there wasn't a tethering thing.
It would be nice. Why do you think they did that? Do you think they were having some technical difficulties? That's why they had the tethering? Do you get what I'm saying? Like, was it like like it was more of a band-aid rather than a feature? Because that's how I'm kind of feeling about it.
That's what I'm thinking. I think since the network for this is very host based, it would force the host to load up the entire map or something like that.
I see.
And have accountability of other networks and other people over the entire map. I think that might be an issue.
The gaming police are on to you, Microsoft. Yep.
Whoop
whoop. Whoop.
There's something,
Craig, is the hosting piece of it is why they decided to go that route. But I've heard some people say that they don't really notice the tethering issue as much. So maybe it just depends on your connection strength type of thing.
Yeah.
Like I think I've had more trouble between when I'm playing more with USA. So people.
Can we touch on something that is not listed here? So what do you guys think? You guys have had the chance for multiplayer. What do you guys think of the divided loot? Only certain people can get certain things within like a house, and you have to everyone has to get something out of the house in order for it to be completely searched.
I don't like that. I don't.
Same.
That threw me
I'm
off.
half and half.
Somewhere between.
Like my reason behind it, is like I understand what you're saying, half and half. It really didn't bother me, but at the same time, when I sit here and I look at it, it should be it's free reign. If you're getting attacked by a zombie, if say for instance, if Bites getting his Achilles tendon knocked on like a snack by a zombie, and I'm inside I'm inside the building, hey, I have free reign to everything, all the snacks, all the turkey bites, everything. It's not my fault he's not inside. But I would like to see it more free roam. It's a free fall rather than you're running, because some people actually, and I ran into this when I played with Mossam and Liniver. It wasn't Mossam. It was Liniver and I think True Toast. We'd run to a house, and then True Toast is like, well, I don't really want anything because it's not really going to affect my game. You know what I'm saying? And I was just like, that's true, and that's stuff I could have used, But the upside, I guess the runaround is he could grab it, put it inside your car, you're good to go. I don't know.
Yeah,
Fair enough.
He could have been helpful on that one. I think that maybe a great alternative could be if you didn't want to loot it. Maybe you could just search it and then leave it open, and if you didn't take anything from there, someone else can come in and take it. That makes sense.
Yeah, that would make sense.
My reasoning behind not really liking it has to do with my search style, because I'm an OG State of Decay player, and when I go to search shit, I get militant about it, and I have the game plan, I have the search strategy, and I'm just like, we have this entire town. Here's the deal. I'm going to take this section. You take that section. Rucksacks, put them out front of the house. We'll sweep by with a vehicle later. We'll put them all in the trunk. We'll go back multiple trips.
Dang, Craig.
This guy has a system.
Teach him how to State of Decay.
What are you trying to say? T, you don't want to roll me anymore?
Yes.
Dang, she threw me under the bus.
Search everything. I don't want to get any bullshit stuff. If you have guns, put them in your backpack, ammo, backpack. Don't worry about medication. We don't need that. Rucksacks out front of the house you searched them in, and we'll get them later.
Dang.
But I can't do that with the shared loot.
And I thought I was
Craig's running a tight ship.
Craig's running it. Craig.
I do not mess around.
I'm gonna be in Craig's game. Is gonna make me cry. He's like, G, you're messing up, G. Put the loot sacks in front of the house. Put the rucksack down, G.
In front of the house.
What is with all this pointless stuff, G? If you're not here at 3:00, we're leaving you. Dang.
Pretty much. G's getting left, which I mean, on the upside, there's a tethering system.
So you can't technically leave
your
you
ass.
ever.
Like, I think the scene that we're watching right now, this was frustrating with me because you were leaving so many things, and I was like, dude, can you loot?
Oh,
like,
she was. Yeah, she was asking like, guys, you're leaving something, and I was just hopping in and out of the window, going Rambo. It was amazing.
I love jumping through windows. It's therapeutic.
It is so. Oh, I love that feature that you could jump through windows. That kind of reminds me of. It's kind of off the topic, but Battlefield. How you're gonna be able to jump straight through windows rather than break them down. Can't wait. I can't wait.
I'm excited. It's the little thing.
T ain't got no time for your best. That's true.
Although screw you, you have a G36C or something or other.
Yeah.
I can never find any of those.
Oh, I got it from the pre-order. When you pre-order, they give you when you get this pre-order and get the $60 version, they have free cars, free guns, free melee weapons, and you can reuse them every playthrough.
Oh, really? Because I thought I didn't use it because I thought it was like a one-time only.
Somebody told me that you could Toast or Liniver told me that you can use it every playthrough. So I'm like, I'm using it because forever I just hung on to it. It ain't free. You paid for it. That's true, Tiffany. You're right. You're right.
Those are handicaps, glitch.
When you put it like that, you're right, Tiffany.
He said, "You're in a zombie apocalypse. You pay us, we can make you a little more prepared for it." Boo.
Yeah. All right. Let's talk about the story progression. So missions and progression will be solely based on the host of the session. The players joining the session host will not be affected by the outcome match, obviously, the session. The only universal effect is if your character dies inside another person's session. When they die in their session, they'll be dead in your session. So that's universal. The other feature that's universal is the inventory. You can access other people's inventory inside their storage space. So, I mean, 2 outcomes, 2 effects. You use all your guns, your ammo, you're broke, and then you die out there. When you die back in your game too. I love that feature. I really love that feature.
That is pretty cool though.
Because what you have is yours. You're not mooching off the host.
You're not like, can you give me some ammo? I mean, you can, but
you can. You can definitely give it to them if you want, but they're not taking it directly out of your chest and going, I need this more than you do.
I love that feature.
The caveat to resource bags is all of the resources are meant to go to the host because it's a host game and he's got limited resources. It's a very nice thing to do. If you want to be a dick, if you're holding onto a rucksack on your person's back and you quit out, your person still has that rucksack when you go to single player.
Ooh, that's a good idea.
So I'd say ask your host and just be like, hey, I'm low on fuel. Can I get this? Be polite.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can definitely take the shit out of that rucksack.
One thing I want to point out that was really, really dope is me and Toast found ourselves trading between each other because he was like, I need a generator in my other game. And I'm like, okay, what will you give me? And he would just go in his inventory and we traded guns. I gave him a generator. He gave me some meds. I love that feature. And it kind of feels like you're all playing in this one world kind of, you know what I'm saying? A little bit because you could trade. Like, say for instance, T's like, hey, you want to jump my game today? I'm struggling with this mission and I need food. My people are going to die. It's kind of another layer of protection. If you can't get it from your community, from your map, somebody could come in save the day like me, you know, with all my goodness. I love that feature. I love that.
Like, I have 0 food, and I loaded up a rucksack and I joined in on his game. It doesn't feel like you're in separate worlds.
doesn't.
It feels like you're just I'm down the road.
Yeah.
I'll just come visit your place.
It feels like you're in another town, right next to him. I like that. One thing.
They did a good
So
job.
now that we're talking about the towns, I mean, we're the layout is 3 maps, right? I mean,
Can I break it down for you, Bike?
Yeah, go ahead and do
Do
that.
we have time?
Yeah, we have time. Go for it, man.
We have 3 maps. We have Meager Valley, Drucker County, and gosh, what's that other place called? It's the one you were in first.
Plateau,
The
Hills, Valley. I think it was Hills.
The
I was
Hills.
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 Maybe Hills, yeah.
It's something
Yeah.
Hills. But they're basically 3 different kind of demographic or location-based things. We have the foothills, which is considered easy land good for new beginners. It's very balanced between woods and small town. A lot of distance between those towns, so there's going to be a lot of driving and stuff. You have Drucker County, which is considered like the hardest of the 3, where everything's really spread out. Kind of larger town, flatter land, no crazy wood stuff around there. And you have Meager Valley, which is the one I started out with. It's kind of an in-between. And think pine trees everywhere, like little camps that you can go to. I think Camp Kalinqua is even a base. Small towns scattered around. It's just kind of an in-between of Drucker County and the hills. So you got a good variety between it, and definitely different atmospheres, and it's definitely, you get a choice at the very beginning of the game if you want to go to the valley, the foothills, or the plateau.
Gotcha. So one of the pros is that, you know, there is that traveling aspect of it, and then you get to loot and explore each area. I guess one of the cons, from what I understand, is that it gets a bit repetitive, even though these locations are pretty different. Is that true? Has that been the experience?
Very repetitive. I mean, you're initially doing the same thing. No matter what map you're on, you're doing the same thing. Grabbing resources, going back to community. Grabbing people, going back to community. Saving people, going back to community. But I feel like that's what draws a lot of people in. Craig loves the looting. I love the looting. I didn't think I would like the looting, but I love going out there and be like, what am I going to find? Oh, shoot, a shotgun.
You think it's tedious until you do it. You're like, wow, okay.
I enjoy it. And it's nice because zombies, you always have the constant threat of combat with NPCs and zombies. And then when you're with your friends, this game is so simple. It's not complex by any means, but something about it draws you in. It's hard to describe.
I think it's a stress reliever. I think of all the stressful elements of the game, getting the resources, making sure they're full enough, your community is not starving, you might get perma-killed. I think that the resource collection is kind of like a little, okay, you know, we're just out. We know what we're in for. We're in for some zombies. We're in for some rucksacks and some loot. We're good with that. And you know it's going to improve your community. So I think that much, without all the little variables, is kind of like a little, okay, yeah, I'm relieving some stress. I'm going to go out there, kill some zombies, help my community.
Yeah.
I think that's what people like about it.
What is the mostly brown map? Do you know which one that is, Craig?
It's Drucker County.
The Drucker County. I was just going to say the county.
Yeah, that's the plateau.
That's the one Tiffany was on. Okay, that's her favorite map.
I like it.
Now, I've been holding this in forever. I wanted to get further into, you know, I got a confession, but I want to get further into the podcast. I hope they come out with a State of Decay 3. And I'm hoping the State of Decay is a multiplayer sandbox game, meaning that it's server and you can have up to 60 people in it. Because could you imagine how fun it would be to roleplay in this game with permadeath? Oh my
That scares me a bit.
It would scare you, but the fact that you could start over would be that much better.
I don't like PvP.
I mean, I don't like PvP either, but I mean, we could have so much fun.
I would still buy the game by all means, but I'm not a big PvP guy.
But the roleplay aspect about it, though,
I could go steal people's loot. Yes.
Yeah, I mean, you could.
Would be quite awesome.
And role play that out.
Yeah,
I like that.
Or you could be like, or you could actually infiltrate people's bases. And be like, yeah, guys, I'm looking for a group, and they're like, hey, could I have some food and some water? You know, little Timmy back home's dying. Here's some food and water. Like, see you suckers, I ain't never coming back. And now you know where the camp is. You know, or for instance, you know that there's a convoy going through the south end of the town. Like, hey guys, let's ambush them and steal their loot.
Let's ambush that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Become the governor.
I've been holding this in for a long. Give me this game. Like, this is what I want. You know, give me the State of Decay engine, give me the foundation, but give me a server where it could be 60 and up people and let me go. That would be amazing.
It sounds like a long way off, Glitch. We can
Oh,
hardly handle 4 people
I
lately.
know.
Right.
But I think honestly, like, cause like Daisy, like if they took Daisy and they took some of the aspects where you have the whole server wide thing, grinding, permadeath, and they had it the State of Decay skin on top of it, that'd be
That's fair enough. Tiffany mentioned something. She at no point in even on her 3rd playthrough does she feel OP, no matter how many weapons or resources that they have.
you always feel vulnerable. Very true.
Someone hasn't had a Timberwolf.
But I had the what was the AA-12, and I think who was in chat? I think Swift was telling me to use it, and that shotgun is just an auto shot. You just boop 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 boop.
You were like blah blah blah. I was like, what?
Have you guys got your hands on any of the 50 caliber rifles yet?
I haven't. You were talking about it, the Timberwolf.
Yeah, it's stupid. I was talking like a gun salesman when I had it because I said, okay, so here's the deal. I just got this. You can get one too. I have an extra one if you have something to trade. And he was like, why do I want this 50 caliber rifle? Like, I'm going to show you. I domed a Juggernaut. He went, what? I went, yeah, ain't that great? And then we went to a blood plague, and I said, let's count together. 1, 2, 3 shots, and the blood plague was down. He goes, are you kidding me? I'm like, nope.
But the question is, how scarce is that ammo? What kind of ammo?
It's
50 cal
yes
rounds.
and no. Yeah, it takes 50 AP rounds.
But it's totally worth.
But you can craft those, right?
You can. Yeah. If you have the proper mod or an armory, I believe, you can craft that shit.
Hey, Tiffany says he has a Timberwolf, and she's slightly scared of Juggernauts now.
I'm only slightly less afraid.
I will say,
have you guys maxed out your upgrades on everything at this point?
No, I haven't yet.
Well, I'm wondering if even at that point, if you become slightly OP once you max out.
Honestly, I'm gonna let T continue. She was saying something. What were you saying?
Yeah, because I would following maybe that this might answer your question. Your base, I don't think I've got like a 3,000 influence point base, and there's things that I can't even put on there. There's so many things that you can do on your base to the point where I don't have an armory, and I don't have what is the vehicle shop?
Auto shop, yeah.
Auto shop. Tiffany has the auto shop, so I was like, well, so why am I going to get the auto shop when I could just ask Tiffany to give me all of the repair kits? So now I'm using her better. Like, okay, so you get the auto shop, and I'm like, okay, so I'm going to get this. So then if she needs something, she can come and help me.
That is smart. I never thought about that way. I thought about inventory, but
you have to be tactical.
Remember, they're just a town over, Glid.
Yeah. What do you mean you know payments?
She said you robbed her? I'm not playing with you anymore, T. Sorry. He robbed her straight blind.
I actually gave her 2 bags of resources, by the way.
Is she really though?
And 100 tool bits, screws.
Dang, those are scarce though. Okay,
Talking
that's a pretty good deal.
Talking about bases and stuff, that reminds me. Something I really do like about the game, but still irks me, irks the completionist in me, is no base is necessarily the best base.
Yeah,
just some bases are better than others.
Yeah.
There's no base where you can build everything or be completely comfy.
And that's the problem I had, because I like T. I moved to a 3,000 influence points, and I was like, yo, I'm about to build everything. I'm about to build an armory, a fighting ring, workshop, and you get there and there's like 2 large spots and then 4 like small spots, and you gotta choose them wisely. And I'm just like, I want a watchtower, but I also want an armory, and then I also want a garden, a farm. But if I use a large slot for the farm, I can't use it for my everything adds up, so you have to choose them wisely. But with that meta that T described with Tiffany is, if I don't got it, I can go to T's game and get it. That's actually very smart. One thing I wish they had was you could have multiple bases rather than the whole outpost system. I understand what they were trying to do with it, but I feel like they should scrap the outpost system and just give us multiple bases. Like, honestly, why not? Because that'd be so dope.
Yeah, because like, for example, if I wanted 20 people in my base, I feel that I'm only restricted to the outposts. So that means there's 6 outposts that I can get with +2 beds, so I can get an extra 12 people on top of my thinking about what I can get now.
Mhm.
I've got about 9. It's about 13. So I can get about 25 people.
Yeah,
if
but
I really
guys-
wanted to.
that's
What do you
dope.
guys think about the 9 survivor cap?
I don't
Oh,
like
so
that.
there is a 9 survivor
I
cap?
didn't know there was a
Yeah,
cap.
you
Okay, so I
can
didn't know
get
that.
up to 9 survivors, no more.
I think that's silly. So that means I should just delete my beds then. I've got an extra 2 beds for
Mhm.
no reason.
True.
Honestly, I would just make all my people sleep outside in the cold on the ground.
State of Decay
I
1,
got
you could
things to
have a
build.
ton.
And that's what makes no sense. Why downsize it? Like, I feel like,
I think
honestly,
it could be
the
so
main
much
reason why I want to play this game was same reason, everybody else want to play. Like T, I like the base building. I like managing my community. Give me more people to cause more problems with. That's what I want. And that's what I mean by multiple bases. Say, for instance, you got a base up north and a base down south. The base up north, you got T in there as one of your civilians that you rescued from a farm the other day, and she's causing problems with Tiffany. You know what I mean? I got to speed up north to go fix the problem, and then my base down south gets hit by a zombie plague. Like, that would be so cool.
Yeah.
So there's a sense of urgency rather than, I got a base, I know where it is, and I'm just going to go back and forth from it. I don't know.
But there's no real way to increase DPS in the game for your characters. Everything else, all your skills are mostly like stamina and things like that.
You can
Inventory slots, speed, but there's no way to increase the amount of damage that you're doing to zombies. Am I correct in saying that?
You can go take it away, T.
Yeah, you can with the weapons.
Certain weapons do more damage than others, and also you get to a point where you can actually craft better weapons. So, you got your player stats, and impression somewhere in there. Yeah,
As you progress in fighting, you do more damage, and you can get skills.
Mm-hmm. So each character has, like, I think 4 base skills. It's what is it? It's fighting, shooting, or sharpshooting, and you have what is it? Stamina.
Is it wits
and wits. Yes, there it is. And the more you do, like, the more you shoot, the more your sharpshooting or shooting goes up. The more you fight, the better your fighting gets. Obviously, I think it also gives you, like, some passive skills. So as you level them up, and when you level them up to the next level, the next star, I forgot how many stars there is, but when you level up to the next star, it'll give you a chance to specialize in something.
There's 10, I think.
Yeah, I was just trying to see what's the incentive for maxing out your skills and stuff. I mean, do you eventually become OP? Can you handle juggernauts better? All those type of things. Is that the end game for your character versus your base? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I mean, I think there is some incentive for me personally. Is I always want the person I'm going out with as an NPC, because you can actually ask one of your followers, your civilians, your community to tag along with you, and I always want to make sure I'm rolling with someone that fights and that can shoot good. So you don't want to roll out there with your doc who can't shoot a gun to save her life or his life, and then you're like, there goes my doc. Now, I'm not talking about you, Craig, but you know what I mean. But you get what I'm saying? Like, the incentive is you want you to be strong enough to take out as many zombies as you can, and you also want the person following you to be strong enough so they can hold their own. Because I've had times where the person with me runs out of stamina, and we're both struggling. I'm trying to keep him safe and myself safe. He lost her doc that way. Dang. Shouldn't have took doc out.
I should tell you guys now, I'm a little sociopath with my survivors. I'm trying to, like, make one of every kind of big boy base, like, you know, the warlord and whatever have you things. What you have to do in order to do that, there's no way to make the person that's leading step down and just become one of the folk. So you have to exile them
or kill them off.
Kill them off. I like them enough to not kill them off, though. So I'm sitting here like a little asshole. I'm just like, oh, okay, Dr. Hanson. Well, we don't need a builder anymore. We have our luxury barracks and we have our sniper tower. I'm thinking I want a warlord right now. Exile them. They're gone. But I plan. I let her see her replacement.
Ooh, dang. Cold-blooded.
I got a new surgeon, and the new surgeon's in the group. Look, Your clock's ticking. Exiled as soon as he becomes a good, competent surgeon. She's gone. And that's what I did with like 3 people so far.
That's like when you go to work. That's like when you're at work and the boss says, "Hey, we brought in a new, trainee. Train them, on your job," and then they fire you.
Show him the rope, and then he gets your job.
I'm not glad. I did the same thing to my leader. Because I was like talking to Chad. I'm like, "Yo, I want to get rid of Xander because Xander's dope and all. I think Xavier or Xander, and he was a sheriff, but I was so tired of having to help people, and I was like." Wait, I could be a warlord and actually be more aggressive in my stories, because that's one thing I do want to point out. Each what do you call it? Leader specialty traits? Is that what you guys want to call them? You have builder, warlord,
sheriff.
What was the other one?
Sheriff and trader.
Sheriff and trader. Each one of those depicts what kind of missions you and your community are going to go on. So remember, if you want like aggressive missions where you want to do like PvE against like other people, go with warlord. It kind of depicts what you're gonna do. I didn't know that until I exiled my sheriff.
Can I ask, prior to the game releasing, was there any information about the different types, like for sheriff, warlord? Was there any information about that?
I believe so. There was maybe a one video that went over specializations, but they didn't necessarily tell us what sheriff, warlord, trader, and builder meant.
Okay.
Yeah. And
because I really wish I had that knowledge, but I didn't look at any trailers. I went in blind. So
Gnome said something earlier. I'm so sorry, Gnome, I missed that. He says it was supposed to be a multiplayer. So this game was supposed to be multiplayer, like server wide, kind of like Rust, but they scrapped it for co-op. Dang.
Yeah, they had server problems.
They messed up. It could have had something amazing here. I mean, it's still amazing. It's still fun.
Maybe next time.
Maybe next time. Maybe. But yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm right there with T. I would have loved to know this prior hand, because I'm sitting there like, did I kill him off? But if I kill him off, my people are gonna be upset. Should I just exile them? Will they notice?
I think it's definitely something the OG State of Decay players definitely have an edge on in that aspect, because we're just like, I know how this works.
Yeah.
And now I'm looking for any changes. You're reading all the stats. You're seeing who can build up on what and how you're going to build up your base. And I think that's where we were just like, okay, yeah, I know how to do this.
I think the cool part of this is your second playthrough, because in your first playthrough, you learn everything, the nooks and crannies. You, like Craig said, you kind of plan out like, when do I want to exile Billy Bob Joe? Because I don't need a Bob the Builder anymore. You know what I'm saying? So in your second playthrough and third playthrough, you kind of learn to strategize. I'm gonna need this build up into this point, or let's promote a trader so we can use the trader for something dope for the base, to build something dope, exile him to get a warlord, and then build something else. You get what I'm saying? Right. Because each leader with a different specialty, I think they're privy to, like, the warlord's privy to like the armory, the sheriff's privy to, like, I think it's the barracks, but each one kind of gives you the field hospital. Each one kind of gives you different perks of what you can and can't build. So you could be like, yo, Jimmy Bob Joe, come over here, man. You're the leader now. Build this. All right, you gotta go. Get out of here. You know what I mean? It's different things you could do.
Right. I noticed there's also things that will upset some people that leaders can build. So for example, the barracks has 2 upgrade options. You can make them the luxury barracks, or you can make them the what do they call them? Completely forget. But it's the warlord's take on the barracks. You get extra beds, but morale goes down because of the conditions. They're not comfy, they're nothing, they are practical. You have more beds for more people and less space. And people don't really like that, but you get what you need.
Honestly, my biggest hassle was the beds. Always trying to figure out where someone's gonna sleep. It's like, Outposts. Yeah, but at the same time I was like, wait, because I grabbed the new base that you guys saw in the last playthrough with all the containers. The one
that's
down.
Like one of the best.
Yeah, I grabbed that one and I was like, I don't have enough beds. And I was like, should I go to like the outposts, get a bunch of beds? Because like certain outposts give you 2 beds, 2 permanent beds. And then I was like, then I could use all the spare spots inside my outpost for something else. So there's so many different ways you could do it. Yeah. So we've already talked about co-op, we pretty much melded base building along with progression. I do want to talk about some things that kind of like add like a little salt and pepper to the mix. You guys notice how each character, when you go into their skills, it kind of shows you their traits. Like played volleyball, ex-firefighter, UFC fighter, likes fishing. I think that's I think that's pretty cool. How it kind of gives you like a little background on them. You kind of like get to know that person. You're like, yo, I like basketball too. Timmy likes basketball too. Let's keep him safe and things like that. I believe every now and then some of those can give you passive boost, right?
Yep.
They do.
They're
so negative or positive, depending. Every single personality trait gives you either a negative or positive.
You mean like community boosts? Is that what you're saying?
More or less. They
on
could be
top of
either
that.
to their stamina or their attack. It could screw those over. You can have an asthmatic survivor who is not good at running ever. I didn't see any perks for likes fishing. I personally think that would be very useful. Excuse me, but yeah, no, that's how it works. You get passive traits for everybody, and it's cool to see because some of them are like giggle worthy, where you just sit here like, how the hell is that gonna help?
Yeah,
me?
that was like gives good honey massages. Like, bro, that's not gonna save me from zombie apocalypse.
I had a guy that was a stoner, and which meant that he was completely useless, and I didn't realize.
I mean,
he was completely useless.
420, baby.
I was watching T when that playthrough. She was so upset.
I was so mad. So I exiled him because he was my best shooter, and I was like, "Oh no, he's a shooter. It's okay. It doesn't matter if he eats a little bit more. It's cool, the shooter." And then I think I must have went into the big warehouse, the container ones, and then I was like, "Yeah, wait, hold up. Why is it saying 8 people working?" And I was just like,
"This dude's out for messing around, not working."
I was mad.
Yeah.
So I was just like, exile straight away. I was like, nope.
Oh yeah, we had a dude in Eric's game. He was a sexter.
Wait, how do you sex people? Oh, they have cell phones.
Yeah, they have cell phones. But he was a sexter, and that lowered the morale of everybody.
I mean, would it really? I mean,
why did that text go out in the middle?
It's not my fault, guys. Let me just turn this down real quick. Sorry, guys.
Wow.
It's not me. It wasn't me. It wasn't me.
And that actually lowered base morale because it turns out people don't like random dick pics.
Exactly.
Like freaky man.
Like, bro,
he got exiled almost immediately.
You know how funny that would be to like, cause you know how every now and then they have an exclamation mark. You go back to base like, "What's the problem now, Sarah?" And Sarah's like, "Yo, Jim keeps texting me, And it's like, what is going on?
This man for
yo, you gotta go, bro. And then he sends you a picture, and you're like, dude, you gotta go.
You're done.
That's funny. Honestly, I had no idea that somebody could sext in a game. Oh Lord,
it's a thing.
Like the worst problem I've had is a snore, a poor bedside manner. That's like it. That's the worst I've had. I had a lady who was I think she was an ex-alcohol addict or whatever, and she had temptation by the stills. And to top it off, I had 2 of them. She was constantly whining and complaining about how she was tempted, her mouth was watering. I just exiled her. I said, "You gotta go."
Did you have a base that had a distillery? Yeah.
2 of them. Mm-hmm. Yeah. He was over there just salivating at the mouth. I was like, "Yo, Sarah, you gotta go.
Are not right for us."
You got some problems. You gotta go. But yeah, honestly, this game is great, but there's a lot more they could add. But I'm not gonna lie, it's very simple, it's very straight to the point, and it's fun. Like because of that.
Now, have any of you guys done any of the Easter eggs in the game or the
I don't believe so.
If there has been Easter eggs, I have no idea.
Yeah, there's 3 Easter eggs right now currently active in the game. I won't run it here, but I was just curious.
Yeah.
I'm trying to think because I think I stumbled upon one.
I see some people talking about my driving. It's called aggressive and defensive driving. I'm not a poor driver. I'm a warlord. I drive aggressively.
He also drives without any petrol at all.
I remember that.
I was like, who does that?
I was testing you. I was testing
it. Just to add on to about what you were saying, Glitch, about they've got some great features, but they can add more. But when you actually think about the value cost of the game, I think that this is really great for value. Like,
That's true.
even with the bug.
Why do you think it was? Why do you think it was only worth $30 instead of $60?
Because of that.
The bugs. I think it's because
Think
of
so?
the bugs.
I wouldn't say the bugs as much as the bugs, but sides of the game, what you're working with mechanics wise.
Yeah. Yeah.
They didn't set out to make a AAA title. They set out to make a fun little entertaining game to get you through to Red Dead 2.
I was looking at the same thing because the game's great at the same time as I think Microsoft like sat here and realized like, yo, this game's not worth $60. So here you go, $30.
Great steal.
Great. I mean, it's a great steal. If anybody in chat or anybody on here, I know everybody's a content creator. This is a great game. I will definitely say that. You can make some pretty cool content off of it too for YouTube and whatnot. Let me ask you guys some questions. Let me grill you guys. So what did State of Decay 2 excel in, and what did it fail at?
Definitely excelled in what State of Decay is about. Definitely failed in the network department. In the QA department.
I agree with Craig. Yeah, I think the community part is very cool. The co-op multiplayer stuff is really cool, but the fact that the network wasn't stable and all the memory crashes that people are reporting online, yeah, that's pretty bad. That's a bummer for me.
Truth. Sweetness.
There's nothing else to add. Just the bugs for me. Yeah.
Okay. All right. So what would you, if you could add anything to the game, I mean anything, what would it be?
No loot separation by people in your lobby. And no more tethering. So maybe it'd be more of a subtraction of something.
Okay. That would be take away. Okay.
All right. Yeah. If you want to talk adding more survivors, like you can have more survivors in a base.
I agree. It would, because it would make it, I mean, I like that because the fact that like it would give you more pressure to like get food. Like, I'm not gonna lie, there was like a tad bit of pressure, like, yo, my people are starving. And I'm like, you could eat some grass, you'll be okay, you know. And I go get some food and I'm good. But it'd be nice if there was like an abundance of people, like 20 and up, where like you gotta hustle. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
that would have made more sense.
Fair enough.
Yeah. Lucifer in chat says excelled at zombies and having G be a shit shot. Damn, I shouldn't have read that out loud.
Oh.
That's messed up. It was
bad,
man.
Because it didn't help G's driving.
You guys are really rude. You guys are just really rude right now.
No, it's not about rude. It's about being realistic and honest. That's what friends are for, right?
Yeah.
We're actually seeing your driving firsthand right now. Just FYI.
I think we should just not watch this.
You can't even shake that zombie off your hood.
Right.
I remember shouting at you as well. I was like, "Get out of there!" Like I remember.
I was just going Rambo, man. Oh man. And Denny has a question. It says, why was there tethering in the first place? We were actually talking about that before you came in, and we were kind of mulling over, and we think that they did it to kind of as a band-aid to kind of cover up the connection issues they were having, and they had them on launch. You know what I mean? It makes sense because what were we saying, Craig? Something about since it's host. You're hosting
I'm assuming since it's host based and whoever the host is basically how good your connectivity is going to be. If you're loading up the entire map and you have to be accountable for other connections on an entire map as opposed to a small area, it's probably more difficult.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
that's my thought.
Because it makes sense. The tethering is not like a feature. It's like, yo, you guys got tethering. Like, yes, it's more of a, it's a band-aid. Like, yo, you have a problem. This is how we're going to fix it. Totally makes sense. Also, if anybody has a question in chat, throw it.
My thing is about the maps. I mean, I haven't played the game yet. Like I said, I've been watching gameplay, but anytime I read comments and reviews with the game and they talk about the map or the places you're exploring and the activities that you're doing, when the word repetitive comes up, it really scares me away from that game. Mm-hmm. And that's one of the things that kind of haunts me with State of Decay is, you got 3 large maps. You've got outposts and bases that you can create at these places and things like that. But if it's all repetitive play and they're not introducing anything new, that's a big thumbs down for me. And I think I know it's $30, but still.
I'll be honest, by it makes me roll my eyes when I hear that. Because how many things do we play that are technically repetitive?
A lot.
When I see that in an article, someone complaining that it's repetitive, I think that's someone who didn't play the first one and truly understand that that's what this game's about.
You can't count you because you're one player.
Ooh.
Okay, all right.
Oh,
no, but no. I definitely understand what Bites was saying. Like from an outside perspective, if you're new to the franchise, like Craig's an OG. If you're buying into the franchise and you're new and you hear someone say, "Well, it's very grindy," and you're like, "I don't like grindy games." I don't like grindy games, but there's something about this game got me hooked. You know what I mean? So I definitely understand what you're saying, Bites. But what Craig said is, I mean, if you play the first one, you know what you're going to get in the second one. I feel like a lot of people bought this game not knowing what they were getting. They thought this was like the new DayZ. Like this is the new zombie game. And I saw so many people complaining reviews on Twitter, on YouTube. I'm just like, if you would have done just a tad bit of research and found out what you're buying, you would have known that this is not that type of game. It did.
I mean, they didn't No Man's Sky us. I mean, come on, like, Jesus.
Yeah, I mean, I've played repetitive games. Like, I'm a year 1 Destiny player. I've grinded Destiny out, 3,000 hours. But the end goal is to get an exclusive rare item, some type of edge over the next player. Those are kind of the end goals for doing repetitive things. And I kind of don't feel like where you're getting to, with the end game for State of Decay, seems worth it to me.
I definitely understand what you're saying. Because like right now, what's the end game? The end game is progress from one map to the other, take your people with you, loot, progress to the next one, do your legacies, and that's really it, right?
Yeah, you have the legacies, and then you can start over with your legacy characters.
I haven't finished the end game, so I can't really talk about that.
Like I wish
every one of the leaders, the sheriff, the warlord, the trader, and the builder all have a different type of end based upon what their title related goal would be. The sheriff would be looking for some form of peace. The warlord would be like, join us or die. The trader's just like, let's have an awesome trade party. And the builder's like, let's build up. Let's take this entire map and build it up and make it safe again. That's kind of all of their lingering goals.
In stories.
Yeah. Like I really wish, like with that said, I really wish there was more focus on the story. Like there was more lore, you get what I'm saying, behind it.
Yeah, I'm gonna hit you up with that State of Decay 1 OG crap.
I know.
But I know State of Decay 1 was pretty focused on that story.
Mm-hmm.
You had a story, you had a bunch of people that you did care about. All of these people feel kind of indisposable in comparison, or disposable. And that one, it had the story of Lily Ritter, who had lupus and she couldn't leave the base, but she was more than happy to man your radio, help you out. And your overall end game was to, flawless shooting. Your overall thing was interactions with multiple people in there. You had the Wilkersons who were evil. You had the military who didn't seem to care about you. And that was really frustrating because you thought they were supposed to be helping you out. When really they're about as in the shit as you are. And the overall end game would be escaping the valley. That was it was a very simplistic story, but it was one that kept you there. Whereas this one, most of the story occurs through little missions that just appear and radio traffic. So that was one of my small disappointments for this game. So the story, I wouldn't say is as strong as the first one, but there's still definitely story here.
Tiffany made a good point. She said the devs did mention that they wanted a loose story so that the player could feel like they were making their own story. That makes sense. Yeah. Makes sense. How you can jump back and forth between Warlord and, kind of decide where you want to go. Same time is, I feel like Mike says, since it's so repetitive and there's really no definite end game, they should have still kept it really, really strong to the story.
True.
They should have. Because I know with the story, people were like, because what the devs are trying to do, they're trying to make it not so linear. Like, they're just like holding your hand, like, hey, pushing down this hallway where this mission. And you're kind of like, I could do whatever I want. But at the same time is, it falls short because they didn't do that. That's my opinion. And Denny has another question.
Rated the game?
What's up?
I said, did we rate the game already?
We didn't. Denny has one more question. So it says, so considering the development game between games, do you think they should be ambitious, or were they right to stay in their lane? It's a good question. My opinion is, I think they should have been more ambitious for it. Anybody else?
I think that with the bugs that they had, I think that they're right to stay in their lane, and then they can release DLC further down the line with more ambition, rather than have it ambitious and be completely a big mess. Do you know what I mean?
What about you, Craig? I guarantee you have something to say about this, man. I guarantee.
Don't encourage him.
Is he Craig?
It might be
No, I don't think
Discord
so.
playing up.
It's probably Discord acting up. But let's rate this game while we wait for Craig to come back. I would rate this game a solid 8 out of 10. Just straight across the board, 8 out of 10.
I'll give it I was gonna give it a 7 out of 10 before the update that improved all the bad stuff. Now I'll give it a 9.
You haven't played the update yet, Craig.
I've seen everything. I've just kind of researched it.
Let the man give his 9 bites.
He hasn't even played the patch. He's
I'm giving it a 9. It doesn't even have fishing, motherfucker. I'm just
let Craig live.
Perhaps it's because I'm an OG player.
Yes.
Because I know what I'm expecting, and I'm very happy. From my perspective, understand. From my perspective, we took State of Decay 1. Everything we asked for after playing State of Decay 1, they gave us in State of Decay 2.
That's true. I've been seeing a lot of blog posts and video reviews from people just saying like, yo, they listened. They gave us what we wanted.
Did.
And then everybody,
we wanted co-op. We wanted to do other things. We wanted to do more stuff with the vehicles, more base building. Take everything they did good in the first one, do it better in the second one, and have co-op. They did it.
That's true. You talked about it before the game came out. So, Craig, you've stayed true to your comments.
9 out of goddamn 10.
Gonna leave it. Tiffany says, I feel like they got rushed. The amount of launch days bugs and waiting a couple of weeks for a patch shows they were overwhelmed. That's true.
Yeah.
That's true.
I completely agreed when I played it. I said, I feel like Microsoft rushed them to finish this, gave them a deadline they weren't ready for, and they went, well, we don't have a choice. That's how it felt.
You're right.
Yeah, I give the same thing, 7 out of 10.
Could have been better.
It could have been executed a bit better.
Like, I do want to sit here and say, yo, I don't know why the game didn't launch without bugs, but at the same time as every game has bugs, but these bugs were pretty bad. Like, to the point where you can't play with your friends. Like, that was the whole draw of this game. Number 2 was to play with your friends. And on launch, you can't play with your friends, and it's kind of like, kind of messed. And then Lucifer also gave it 7 out of 10. He says, because there's no fishing. Dang. Oof.
The lack of fishing, when there's a fishing, like, player skill, does kind of stink.
Yeah, that's a bit weird, yeah.
I don't know.
Maybe there was going to be fishing, but they got rushed by Microsoft.
Uh-oh. You could have had it, man. You could have had it. So let me ask you guys another question. This is my last question to everybody in chat and on the cast. Right. Say they came to you and said, yo, Denny, Lucifer, Tiffany, Bites, Craig, making a State of Decay 3, and you are just the best State of Decay player ever. You're amazing. You're flawless. We want your help. Fishing. We want your help to make, SOD 3. What would be your biggest focus? Like, what would be your child? What project? Like, what?
Base management.
Base management.
Fishing.
Craig said fishing, base management. Bites from what I know you haven't played, but what you've seen.
I'd be like, put me on the network stabilization team, CPU performance team, because that's going to be the death of the franchise if they release a third installment of this with the same issues during launch. That's going to be a problem.
I see you.
I would definitely, fishing and enough time to get it right, so when launch comes, we don't have all the issues we encountered again.
Keegan said that
exactly.
Yeah, co-op base building.
Yeah,
exactly what Tiffany said.
Keegan said speed races in the game. Get out of here, bro. Co-op with it. Yeah,
that'd be kind of lit. Speed races.
it would, and I'm not gonna lie, I never thought about that, Tiffany, because it never really bothered me that I couldn't affect anybody else's base. But it would be cool to have your friends come in and be like, "Yo, can you build this?" And like, "Yeah, I can build it. I'm out on the road. I'm right by. I'm fighting some zombies. Can you build this?" That would be cool. Because I mean, if you think about it, why would you invite somebody in your match that's gonna screw you over? You know, like purposely, like someone's gonna be like, "Oh, take your resources to build something you don't need." That's not gonna happen. So I would love that too.
Fair enough. Dude, you cannot drive.
I can't. Denny Manu says, I want to feel like surviving so long should make me a badass. I want a base of operation with my friends.
Yeah.
It should. It should. Not gonna lie.
But it does though, according to you guys. If you guys survive long, build up your skill set, become a warlord, all these things, once you max out, you should be doing hella DPS around town.
I personally, for me, I don't think so. I mean, I haven't reached any end goal. I'm just actually doing my first legacy with my sheriff. I mean, yeah, you get like when I pre-order, you get some like OP guns, but you only have so much ammo. Like the game is very good at like, yo, you got a good gun, you're like, I'm about to lay everybody out, and then it's like, by the way, you only got 60 rounds, and it definitely it definitely keeps you on your toes to let you know like, hey, you're kind of a badass, but you're not like OP. You know what I'm saying?
I'm happy there's no OP in it, because then it would just get boring as hell.
That Omar in the fire. Folks better know what's up when I'm coming. But like, if they came to me and said, "G, you're amazing at games," I would like, yo, you guys need to just make this game open world up to 60 players. That would be my goal. Like that would blow this game out of the water. Like honestly, like it would just. Then I would buy it for $60 or even 70.
Which has a dream.
I have a dream. It's gonna come true one day. Yeah, being OP would make it boring. Exactly, because you'd be like, what do I do now? So
I don't know, man. I don't agree with that.
Well, Bites, you can join the OG crew. You can play State of Decay 1.
Oh, start from the
That's
ground
true.
up. So let me show you guys. And you guys keep talking amongst each other. I'm gonna show you guys a clip of another game that I think is really gonna be interesting for the zombie genre.
All right.
Oh, sorry, guys.
Lucifer, don't.
Oh, you
backpedal
don't say,
now.
huh? Yeah, I agree with you. That was a good comment.
Don't
All right.
backpedal now, Lucifer. You're done.
I don't know, man. I like feeling like a god in the games that I play.
All right.
Maybe it's just my own personal ego.
I know. I feel you. I definitely understand. Okay, I'm gonna show you guys two games. All right, we're right now. Gee, you're amazing at games. I wouldn't. Okay. I'm gonna show you guys two games. These are both zombie games. So we got World War Z, which is like obviously everybody's seen the movie, and then we also have what is the other one? Days Gone. All right.
Oh, Days
Yeah,
Gone.
Days Gone looks
Is
good.
Days Gone exclusive on PlayStation?
Yep.
Oof.
I'm just not.
That PS4. All right. So check this out. Oh, let me give you guys a link. I'm so
Need them links. Days Gone is gonna be so good. It got pushed back to 2019. I'm so sad.
Yeah,
all right.
I can't watch it.
I'm gonna drop this in general for you.
Come on, Windows update.
All right, there you guys go. You guys got it? Let me know when you guys are ready.
Got it.
Now also drop Days Gone in there too.
Gonna hurt too.
I'm not gonna watch Days Gone just out of protest.
You're not out of
It's World
protest.
War Z. Is it? Oh, it's Xbox. Okay,
Yeah.
Xbox and PC. That's fine. I can
All
watch
right.
it.
So let's watch this first one. We're gonna skim through it and point out some stuff.
Ready?
Yep.
I'm ready.
All right, 3, 2, 1, vamonos.
This will be the plague with which the Lord shall strike all men.
It's based on the book movie.
We are all that's left of a city beyond redemption,
The book is totally different.
fulfilling our sacred duty to free the souls of the damned.
Good to go up here.
Mindset.
They got this. 50 cows up.
Father, forgive us. We shed this blood in the name of mercy.
God damn.
Look at those hordes.
That looks like some DPS.
That looks so fun. Coming soon. And I think there's more of it. It kind of just shows the cinematic trailer. We'll watch the rest of this too.
The wall would stop them. We hoped the gold would freeze them.
They stack.
We thought the army would crush them.
But nothing worked.
Is it me or was that second voice like out of place?
Yep.
We thought the army would crush them.
Recorded at home and sent it in, okay?
Recorded it on your iPhone. I like one thing I love about this game is just the horde. Like they're just falling over each other.
What is their obsession with zombies? Feels like a decade. Obsessed.
That looks good. All right. And Denny Von Doom, we're gonna stop right there. Denny Von Doom did mention that they are making a Walking Dead game by Overkill.
Yeah, that new one. It's apparently going to be amazing. Everyone's like, this is going to be the Walking Dead game.
Oh yeah. But I don't think there's any gameplay.
Nothing yet.
Nope. It's just
cinematic
trailers.
E3, baby.
Ooh, E3 is gonna be amazing. We're gonna ask the I want to say this now. So if you know anybody or anybody in the cast right now or anybody in chat that has been on the podcast, wants to be on the podcast, if you want, when is E3 Bites? Isn't it?
I don't know. Don't let me lie to you.
June 10th,
June 10th?
12th period.
If anybody wants to be
next Thursday.
Yeah.
Wants to be what?
If anybody wants to be in the podcast the following weekend after E3 to talk about just E3, let me and Bites know or Craig know. We got you, because that's gonna be a great episode. So we're gonna do that. I want to throw that out there. So if you want to be a guest, let me know. Let me show you guys one more. We're gonna watch the Days Gone. We're kind of skim through this because this is about 17 minutes of gameplay. This game looks very promising too.
That one next weekend might need to be an extended one.
Oh yeah. Well, the question is what time, because I have a timetable. I have this little picture. What time will they be showcasing? Will they be doing it early in the morning?
June 10th will be for Bethesda, won't it? 10th is that Sunday, next Sunday.
10th. Wish it was Saturday so that we could have the podcast Sunday about it. I know, we'll figure it out. But let me show you guys Days Gone. And this one looks pretty good too. Skim through. Fast forward.
It's June 9th through the 14th.
Oh, it starts before the weekend. Okay.
It starts Saturday the 9th with EA. On Sunday, we'll have Microsoft and Bethesda.
So we could actually talk about it next weekend and then split it off into the following week and talk about the rest of it.
Yeah, it doesn't. Oh, it's Pacific time too. So Microsoft ends just before 3 p.m. So we could talk about EA Microsoft next weekend.
Let's do it. I'm excited.
Square Enix, Ubisoft, and Sony are on the 11th. Nintendo, GameSpot for 12th. So the only thing we're missing out on would be Square Enix, Ubisoft, Sony, and Nintendo.
So this is obviously, like you say, it's captured on PS4 Pro. T, you need to get that PS4.
Nah, never.
And one thing this game does, exactly like World War Z, the hordes. Let's see if I can find a horde running at them.
I'm so excited for this game.
It's the hordes. They showed it in all the other. They kind of showed off the weather, the driving, survival tactics. There's a lot. There's a lot in here. But let me drop this in chat for you guys. If you guys want to drop both in chat for you guys can check this out on your own time. But real quick before we leave, what are you guys excited about to see at E3? What do you guys like waiting for?
Fallout.
Okay, Fallout 76, right?
76, yeah.
I think the three I'm really excited for are Sony, Microsoft, and Bethesda.
Okay.
EA, I hate EA. They're gonna show us some Battlefield stuff, but I hate EA.
I think there's gonna be some Division stuff, because I don't know if you guys have seen. I've been following some people and they've been getting those little pamphlets, personalized pamphlets.
Mhm.
Gonna show Division 2, which a little skeptical. I want to see Anthem. I know a lot of people are skeptical about that, but Anthem looks so good.
Does
So,
look good.
It does look good.
Fallout, Assassin's Creed is another one. Assassin's Creed.
Oh, yeah.
What's his name? I follow him on Twitter. Danny, you know what I'm talking about, right? He works for the company Ubisoft. He's been talking about it. It looks so good. Honestly, that's it for me. I know that's gonna
Hopefully,
the Nintendo stuff is going to be good.
Oh,
too.
Nintendo. Yeah, they're definitely gonna be showing a lot of stuff on there too.
Hopefully, Aisha Tyler's back for Ubisoft, but she's not as cringy as the past couple years. Those are my strong feelings.
Super Smash. I'm just saying they should just let. Find somebody. Was she a bad host the previous years?
And she was just doing that. I'm trying to be really relatable, and I think it was put in the teleprompter, and it just made everyone uncomfortable.
I'm not gonna lie, I really don't remember from the previous years, but this year I'll be definitely paying. Oh, and we already know, guys, there are gonna be a lot of BR modes being shown off at E3. They're gonna have My Little Pony BR. They're gonna have Fishing BR. Yo, BR's gonna be in every game.
And T seem to be on point with the BRs.
Now, I will say, guys, I will be getting Battlefield and Call of Duty. So if you're gonna get those, hit me up. Yep, I said it. I'll do it. Call of Duty. But hey, anybody else anything to say?
Fallout 76.
Fallout 76. There you go.
Nobody's talking about this new Star Fox hype coming on Nintendo, man.
What? Star Fox?
Star Fox.
Nintendo.
Yeah, it's a rumor.
Nintendo Switch? Because I don't have a Nintendo Switch. I'm not gonna lie. I really want a Nintendo Switch.
It's so worth it.
Everybody keeps talking about it. And Bayonetta
Mario
came out for
this. Just came out.
Uh-huh.
Man, it's been a blast.
Wait, can you stream from your Switch?
Yes, it has an HDMI port.
Oh yes. There's so many games like Bayonetta came out for Nintendo. You were playing that, right, Bites? I was a little jealous.
Yeah, Bayonetta 1 and 2, actually. Yeah.
Which is worth. I'll look into it. It's a little expensive. I almost got one. Toys R Us, guys, if you guys didn't know, Toys R Us is shutting down. We went there and they got everything slashed in half prices. So if you want to go buy a drone or want to go early Christmas shopping, go to Toys R Us right now. All right. They even sold a giraffe. I missed it. I was so close to buying a Switch. That's it for me. This marks the 30th episode, guys. The 30th episode. This is the end of season 1. Every season will be 30 episodes. Yes, I keep saying this, and I know I sound like a broken record. I'm doing my best to upload some episodes to SoundCloud. I just haven't figured out what episodes. I don't want to upload all the episodes from episode 1 because the vibe of the podcast and the quality has changed. So we're gonna probably pick top 10 episodes from season 1, upload them to SoundCloud, and then go from season 2 onwards. All right. So I do apologize about the delay with that, but we'll definitely be on SoundCloud, Spotify, Anchor, and any other platform they'll let us on. All right, guys. So you guys listen to us on the go if you want to.
But if people wanted to see the full episodes, then can they go to YouTube?
They're all on YouTube. Yes, I will have from episode 1 up to this current episode all on YouTube. So I got you guys both ways. All right.
Sounds good.
You guys are good. All right. That marks it for me. Anybody else have anything to add? Bites, T, Craig?
No, man. Congrats on 30 episodes, dude.
Yeah,
the end of the season, man.
Dude, thank you for being here. Guys, like honestly, we have so much more coming, so much more content. We're working on a rebranding, making some new layouts. We have a lot. Like honestly, give it like episode 100 right around the corner. We got this. All right. Boom. But I do want to thank everybody for being here in chat. Shout out to Beefy Techie, Denny Von Doom. Thank you so much for the cookout raid. Lucifer, everybody. If I didn't mention you, Tiffany, I see you guys. Much love, guys, for being here. Like a lot of you guys have been here like almost every episode. So I honestly do appreciate you guys being here. I appreciate me and Bites appreciate, you being here, Craig, T being here finally. Denny, I know you're on an episode, and hopefully Tiffany we can get you on here. But honestly, thank you guys for the support, and this is amazing. All right. I appreciate everything. Everybody go around the circle, starting with T. What platform you're on, where they can find you. This is the first time on the podcast, so I really want her to kind of showcase what she has to offer. Go for it.
I'm typically on Twitch. You can follow me on Temptress Teelia. And on the Twitter it's the same moniker as well. And I kind of have a YouTube channel. I need to take my finger out and do stuff, but
Okay.
Well,
Ooh, I got one more thing I want to talk about. Okay, continue. And then Craig and the bites go, and then I have one more thing.
can you perm me real quick?
Perm me? Yeah, I got you, B.
All right.
I have to scroll up to find your name, don't I?
I just need to be able to post links in chat.
Can you just say like one thing in chat, and then I'll right click you? See you. You tried.
oh wow.
Give me a second. Bang. There you go. You're good.
Awesome. So I'm Craig Evans, ESU Chief Craig on Twitch. Twitter's at RoboDickDoc. I do have a Discord, which is going to be the easiest way to, oh, I can't send the message now because it's identical. I can't win. There it is. That's my Discord. That's
Bang.
where you're going to be up to date on me stuff and be able to contact me.
So if you want some RoboDick ASMR, he's got you.
Whoa,
RoboDick
pause,
ASMR.
bro. Pause.
Yeah, okay.
RoboDoc. RoboDick Doc.
I said that. RoboDoc. Did I not say that?
You said RoboDick.
Damn. Sorry, chat.
You
just
said
went
Rubber
for it.
Dick, and I'm like,
Yeah.
We're-
Chill.
I'm
Chill.
sorry.
Freudian slip.
No,
Wedge?
we're a wholesome stream. Sorry, guys. Continue.
Just.
Yeah,
Bites.
so I'm Bites. My channel's Bites World. Trying to get my life together again after coming off a vacation. So
This whole new man. Don't
follow
recognize
me
you.
on Twitter at Bites World, Instagram at Bites World. Yeah, I'll see you guys around. I'll be here on the podcast frequently.
Thanks for coming back.
Yes.
We thought you were gone.
We thought he
forever.
was gone, man. About to replace with
Yeah.
T. What's gonna happen?
Yeah.
But you guys know where to find me. Glitch Side, Twitter, YouTube, Instagram, guys. And yo, I'm definitely I do want to apologize, guys. I've been really MIA on Twitch because I'm really trying to focus on YouTube. I'm addicted to making content on YouTube. I put out my very first trailer reaction to the Pepper movie starring Jennifer Garner, so do check that out. And I'm doing a bunch of other stuff, commenting on, upcoming news for games. I plan to do anime. I plan to do everything. I'm out here to do everything. All right. I'm building something to basics. So thank you guys for supporting that. And do check them out if you guys want to. But I wanted to ask you guys a question. What are you guys doing with your content? Where are you guys going? Are you guys branching out? You guys doing anything fancy or kind of, doing the same?
Twitch and YouTube.
To you? What about you, Bites?
I'm just playing video games.
No
All right.
problem with that.
Okay. And what about you, Miss Ma'am T?
I'm focusing on Twitch. I do want to bring my YouTube channel up. And also I'm focusing also on the Cookout
Website?
community and the website. Yeah.
I joined
Along with
that.
the GTA RP server. Like, yeah, those are the four main things.
You sound under a lot of stress. That's a lot to do.
I'm good. I'm all right.
Right? I didn't want to say it, but I was
He's like, I got
man.
the website, I got this, I got the server, I got that. I'm like, dang, that's a lot of stuff to do.
10
It's
jobs.
all
to
good.
do.
Nah,
Jesus.
it's all good. It's all good.
And she's an
I'm
amazing mother. Let's not forget
Yes.
about that.
Can anybody join